At Bath Savings, you know us for our exceptional customer service. And that service extends to our secure online and mobile banking solutions, so you can feel comfortable accessing and managing your accounts wherever you are. And it's all backed by the same personalized customer service from neighbors right here in your community. To learn more about Bath Savings online and mobile banking solutions, visit bathsavings.com. Bath Savings, your neighbor, your bank.
Hager Enterprises, a paving and excavation contractor specializing in all sorts of site work, utility installations, and road construction since 1987.
Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of High School Hoops. I'm your host Larry Seidlinger, and today we have in the studio the top-ranked Medina Valley Panther boys, just fresh off a very disappointing tournament, but they're young and they'll recuperate, but they had a great season. Guys, welcome to LCTV, and we'll start to that side over there. We have Christian Schumann, the Shoe, Rocco DePazzi, Rocco, Big Gabe Lash, and Vishal Miller. And guys, first of all, before I get into questions, I want to say what a pleasure and a privilege it's been talking about you guys, showing the folks at home the games. Thousands of people have watched Medina Valley basketball over the last 4 years. And watching you guys from freshmen on up through, been a lot of fun, and it's been a real pleasure on my part. So thank you because I think high school basketball is about as good as it gets for entertainment if you live in Maine. So, and I know your grandfather and I have had hours and hours and hours of talking basketball. 30-odd years ago when we did this. So I'm going to start this with the captains first, Christian Schumann and Gabe Lash. You guys have been playing ball how long together?
So, I mean, third grade.
Third grade, yeah.
So, you do the math. You're pretty smart.
Like 10 years.
10 years, ever since third grade?
Probably.
Yeah.
What was it like being captains of this unbelievable team? This is one of the greatest teams that Medina Valley's had, and I've been following Medina Valley since 1974. So that's over 50 years.
Yeah. It was easy. I mean, we have a good group of guys, and we all got along so well on and off the court. It made having to talk to each other very, very easy. Like, we just got through it. We worked things out on the fly, and it was really easy and fun too. Because I mean, these are like my brothers, so it was a blast.
Rocco, you were the new guy on the team this year.
I was.
What was it like coming from Portland area? You already knew you had a good bunch of guys to play with. You already knew these guys knew how to play basketball. Did it live up to your expectations?
Well, I didn't really know these guys coming up here. I've only heard of like Gabe from social media and stuff. I've never met Christian or V coming up here. But definitely did. My uncle told me these kids were really nice, and they were pretty nice kids, yeah.
Pretty nice.
They're all right.
Gabe, what was your thoughts when you knew you was going to have another 6'6" guy, 6'5" guy?
Yeah, I mean, Rocco, he did a lot for us this year. Just knowing a tall guy coming in was going to help us a lot. But, what he brought, just his character, his hustle, his hard work, more than just, getting rebounds, putting it back in. Not getting a dunk, but close. But just like,
you're not going to let him forget that. Huh?
just his work ethic, he's a hard worker, so kind of the stuff not a lot of people see, but us players and coaches see. So.
V, you played a little different role. You were like the sixth man off the bench every game. You had to bring another level of energy to the floor. You always did that.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Right off the bench, you just got to be ready when you have your chance to get in. And thought I did very well just when I had my chance to get out there. And, just every game, you just got to be ready.
Well, I can tell the folks at home he's a money player because I bet him $5 last year. He couldn't make a three, and he drained it. Didn't do that again. I learned my lesson quick. But coming in into the game, you had to kind of like, you brought a little extra energy to the floor. You're a soccer player, but did last year's knee injury slow you down any coming into this year?
I mean, yeah, I mean, just like thinking about my knee just a little bit, but I try not to as much, but definitely just, I've built up my confidence just from my knee, and I think that just really helped me just focus this year.
What's your take on your experience of being a Madomic Valley high school varsity player, unbeaten season?
Obviously, I mean, we didn't finish where we wanted to be, but I think that the lessons that we learn along the way, because Coach Patsy is a good mentor, someone that you can have for advice in life, and I think Mr. Lash has set up the sports kind of environment up to be one where we really value academic success too. So it's a really good challenge for just making you a better person. It builds character. I mean, the team emphasis has always been there, and also making sure that we stay on top of it academically. It makes you well set off for later on in life.
By being a Panther, you got a chance to play against some of the best competition in the state, not only in regular season, but in the summertime,
Yep.
in the Christmas holiday tournament. What do you take away from that game?
I mean, starting out this season, we played Wyndham in South Portland, and that game just really, because they're more physical than us. Their guards might be a little bit quicker. They have an advantage on us, but one thing that not a lot of teams had was just our togetherness. We play really well together, so playing those type of teams, we knew that's what we had to focus on. With us kind of having not as strong as them, but we know how to play together. So definitely playing together really made it easier against those teams, those big type teams.
Commitment level, Madomic Valley. What's it like to be? How committed do you have to be a varsity basketball player at Madomic Valley?
I mean, coach will say, he'll probably meet with the underclassmen coming this week, and he's gonna say get in the weight room. I know my 4 years here, the weight room was a big part of me. Just getting quicker, getting stronger, but you gotta be lifting, you gotta be shooting, especially over the summer when games start to come around. We're in there a few days a week, 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:30. We're doing workouts with Coach Rice, and so I think that was a big change for us. We didn't do that a couple years ago. We started it 2 years ago, and that was a big change. Just getting our, you gotta get your bodies right for the season. So yeah.
Rocco, did you see a different level of commitment coming to Madomic Valley from another school?
Well, I've seen lots of, types of commitments from all sorts of schools. I mean, I've been to 3, but coming here, yeah, I've seen a lot of kids really care about, their academics coming into this, and, how hard they put their, work into like working out before the season.
Do you think it was a privilege to play for Madomic Valley basketball?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
What's that answer?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, they let you on the team, right?
Yeah. My uncle let me on the team, yeah.
I'm sure you earned your way. What was it like playing at the Expo?
I mean, it's different. Definitely playing in that winter thing we did. What was it called?
Oh, that-
The Christmas tournament.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Christmas tournament.
Yeah.
Definitely playing in that, especially a couple kids who didn't play there. That got us going a little bit. That's why Coach wanted to play there. I mean, get the feels for the court, atmosphere. I mean, it wasn't really as loud as it was playoff time, but just, getting down there. Just a crazy atmosphere. A lot different than up here, that's for sure.
Well, we can be pretty crazy. in
Oh,
Waldoboro.
true.
Waldoboro-
Some rival games.
Waldoboro has pretty tainted history
Yeah.
of crazies on the floor. And
Oh, yeah.
long before you guys, we could sit here after the show is over and I could tell you all kinds of stories back in the 70s, long before. Christian, I'll ask you this. What was it like playing for Coach Tapatsy? He get on you, but you always knew it was for you better?
Right, yeah, for sure. And he always pushes you to just be the best that you can be. And he's mainly only going to take you out if he thinks that you can't give your best. So if you're to the point where you're tired and he can see that you're not able to perform to your fullest, that's when he'll take you out. But if you make a mistake, he might take you out briefly to tell you about it, but you're going to go right back in. It's not like he's holding a grudge or anything. He just wants you to be able to do the best that you can and give your team your best effort. So he taught me a lot of valuable life lessons, and I think that he's the best coach I could have asked for to have for my 4 years.
He wasn't bashful about filling your ears up, was he?
No, he wasn't.
It wasn't personal, though.
No, not at all.
Did he show Rocco any favoritism because he was his nephew?
No, it's probably the opposite.
Yeah, opposite.
Rocco, what was it like playing for your uncle?
Well, I think our relationship is kind of different because he knows that if he gets into me and like yells at me, that I won't take it personal because I've known him my entire life and that's kind of just what he does. And I don't know, it's just, I guess we get each other in a way that's like, I won't hold a grudge if he kind of yells at me.
Was it everything you thought it would be playing for your uncle?
Yeah. He
Or
told
worse.
me, well, he told me coming in. He told me coming in that he was going to be hard on me, and I had to earn it, which I tried to earn it as hard as I could. Tried to prove to him.
Yeah.
Gabe and V, there's no gray area with Coach Patsy, is there?
Nah.
You know where he stands pretty much all the time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That you like that?
I mean, he's straightforward with us, especially in practices. I mean, we can't goof off or anything, or else we're running.
It's business.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's business.
Yeah.
What does the future hold for you four seniors? I'll start with Christian. What's next year bring?
Well, college of some sort. I would like to try to play college basketball somewhere, so I'm looking at a couple schools just in state, Bowdoin and Maine Maritime specifically. But I just know that what I've learned from being here at Madomic with Coach Patsy, with these guys, I can bring anywhere I go, any situation. So I'm not too worried about the fact that I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I know that I'll be all right.
You're young,
in
you got
whatever
plenty of time.
situation. Yeah.
How about you, Rocco?
I'm trying to go out of state, really. Just travel. It's what I want to do. I'm not really sure where. I'm not really committed yet, but I'll
You
go
wanna
where
play
the wind
ball?
takes me. I'm not sure yet. Maybe.
How about you, Gabe?
I'm going to USM, play basketball.
You gonna
Study.
study too while you're down there?
Yeah. Study sports management. So runs in the family. So I guess that.
And V,
Got
you're
that.
going to Farmington to play soccer?
Yep. And then plan on starting a business, and just they have some coaching, just kind of classes there. That's kind of.
You see
Interesting.
coaching in your future?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe soccer. I haven't really thought about, but I don't know. Go there, see.
You guys played this along the coast here. And I told the Lincoln boys this the other night when we were all together here. The Midcoast has really become a hotbed of basketball. Camden, Madomic, Oceanside, Lincoln Academy. Now Wiscasset is starting to come on a little bit in that Class C. What's your thoughts? You come from Midcoast. You play some pretty good teams night in and night out. This year, you handled everybody pretty easily until tournament time. I don't want to go back to that. We don't want to visit that again, but you had a phenomenal season. You really didn't get tested. Do you think that hurt you any in the tournament?
To a degree, yeah. But I mean, I think preseason we were tested. I mean, we lost to both Wyndham and South Portland by 6, I think. And so they were close games, but it's just we had to work so much harder to have it be close against those teams. So it was, I think, especially at the beginning of the season, we were well set up to play against the teams around here because we had to play against such tougher competition. And so as the year went on, I think we did kind of get a little bit relaxed.
Complacent,
almost.
maybe?
Complacent, yeah. And I think that happens naturally. And the real test that we had was that last Camden game, our senior night. And because, we were all really sick. Like, it was bad.
I was worried that night.
Yeah, me too. But we pushed through it. And so I thought going into the tournament, having a test like that, we were going to be fine. And the first 2 games we were, last one, you know how that went.
What was your thoughts in that first game when they came out and stalled the ball like that?
I've never seen anything like it.
Neither have I. I've
just-
been around this game a long
Right,
time.
it was like, I don't know if they were even trying to score.
No.
It's like they were trying to limit how much we won by. I don't know, it was weird.
I think we counted there was 8 shots in the first half.
That's crazy.
Wow.
8 shots.
That's crazy.
And I said to Phil, my color guy, I said, "What's their shooting percentage at halftime?" 0.
Yep.
They taking 8 shots.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. And then by the end of the third quarter, just before they scored, I'm like praying for a shutout. I'd never seen one of those.
I
either.
know, yeah.
I'd never seen a half of completely. I'd never announced one in all the years I've been doing this. I'd seen a girls' JV basketball game a long, long time ago that they scored in the last 30 seconds of the game. It was 40-2 or whatever.
Yeah.
That was a little bit different. This was a high school tournament game.
Yeah, playoffs.
Playoff game.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's 32-0 with a minute left in the third quarter.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts?
I mean, coming out, I knew they were going to have to throw something at us. We beat them pretty handily when we went down there, but I don't know, it kind of messed us all up.
It did.
Our offense,
Yeah.
and that's when shot clock could come in handy.
Yeah.
That's been a talk for a while. I mean, will it ever come? Probably not.
I hope not.
But I mean, that's one part of the game where you want it to to come, but
Yeah, I think they got so into that stall that they couldn't. They got into a offensive funk themselves, and they couldn't get out of it.
Yeah.
Certainly got you guys in that kind of an offensive funk.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was just weird because you couldn't get into a rhythm.
Yeah, we're a fast-paced team. We like to run, so when we get the ball and they're already set up in their defense from back, we had to try and hit some key plays and stuff. But
I thought it carried over in the Lincoln game because you had a challenge getting your offense going even in the first part of that Lincoln game.
yeah. I mean, going from that game to a fast-paced game was a little different.
It
So
was. Yeah.
I mean, a little bit.
Yeah, 2 days later or 3 days later, you come back and you're running and gunning and
Yeah, I know.
banging and beating it.
Right.
Where before you were like, I don't know what was going on out there.
I don't know either.
I know talking about it was just like trying to talk to your shoe.
Right.
Getting about as much response out of it.
Yeah.
One of the things, and I'm a little soon in this interview, so I'll wait, but I want to talk to Gabe. There's a fellow that's playing down at Duke that's pretty good now. You had a chance to play with him.
Yeah.
You stay in touch?
Yeah, we stay in touch. We have a little group chat, so we talk a little bit. I try to keep in touch with everyone. But yeah, me and Coop talk here and there. Having a great year.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, he's doing some crazy stuff. So.
What can you guys visualize if he was here in Maine? He and Ace together, still playing high school basketball. Huh? He'd be undefeated.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, they'd have
Ridiculous.
4 state
4
championships
state
right now. So.
Yeah, that's pretty cool stuff, though, isn't it? Yeah. And we'll talk a little bit about that. Moving on, what's Madomic basketball going to look like next year?
I mean, right where we were this year. The leaders with Owen and Luke and Mace, they're going to bring the high intensity. I mean, we work hard, them losing some key players, but they're still going to bring, good work ethic, and this summer they're going to put in the work, and, even the players who didn't really play much this year, a couple of the sophomores, they're going to step up and they're going to fill in the roles.
Donald Morrison?
Yeah.
Definitely.
And, Landon Starr, he's another
Absolutely.
quick, he's a dog, on defense.
He's a star.
Yeah.
He comes from a long heritage of,
Yeah.
of dogs.
Oh, yeah. But just like, they're going to bring it,
Is the
just like-
Taggart boy going to be a player next year?
Hopefully.
I think so.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, he's got some good inside moves.
Yeah.
He's tough.
Yeah.
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 He's another Rocco. He's always getting that second and third rebound until it finally goes in, I said over the broadcast, I said he could work for Casella. He was a garbage man there. He always had 10 or 12 points a game on like somebody else's offense rebound.
Gotta get
Bounce
rebounds.
came right to your hand. I mean, you made the most of it.
Yeah.
But you shot the 3 too. We always liked that when Rocco stepped out and shoot a 3.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it was more fun watching Rocco shoot it or watching his uncle go, "Oh, are you okay?"
Yeah.
It was always fun stuff.
It's in our blood.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, he was a gunner too, so and your cousin Nick, He could score. What is your take looking back over the last 4 years? And I'll start with you, V, being a high school player.
I mean, definitely goes quick. But just, I don't know, just like all, like, the time that you spend with, like, your team, just kind of outside of practice, kind of, I don't know, just like connecting, the bond is just, it gets stronger each year. And I think that's definitely what this year we had, like, just like the best that helped us win games. And, I don't know.
How about you, Shu?
I think it's great. I mean, you learn so much that you can carry over for the rest of your life, but just in playing sports in general. But being with the same group of guys like that, I mean, it's like going into a job and having the same coworkers. You know, you can apply it all the time. And I mean, I think I've made some brotherhoods with my teammates that will last for the rest of my life. And so I value all this time so dearly. And I mean, it's definitely worth it. Like, you learn so much from playing sports, from, you know, knowing that you got to stay dedicated and putting in the work for your sport, but also in the classroom. You need to balance your diet. You need to do all these things that just, all these things play into the process of it. So yeah, it's great, valuable lessons that you can have forever.
Rocco, what about you?
Well, as I said, I've played for many teams, and I can say that it's not all about having the skills. Like, you can have the best skills in the world, but when it comes down to tournament time, you got to be mentally tough to, like, you know, you got to be there. You got to have the energy and the mental toughness to face these teams who, like, could just completely out energy you and just, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, it's more about mental for me, because I can't even dribble a ball up and down the court really well. But when it comes to mental toughness, I feel like I can just
Pull up from half court
and shoot three, yeah.
How about you, Gabe? Now, you have to live basketball 24/7 because I know your dad really well and your granddad, both big basketball guys.
Yeah.
Do you ever, like, say, I don't want to talk basketball?
I mean,
Or you ever get that opportunity? You get
yeah.
that choice.
I mean, sometimes we just try to, you know, with the family, just try to keep it personal. Sometimes talk about different stuff, but I mean, basketball is just in our blood. So, you know, it's not even talking about us, just talking about an NBA game or something like that. So, I mean, yeah, yes and no. But to answer your question about the 4 years, I mean, just the bonds and friendships you make, and the countless hours you put in. I know that, you know, with me, V, and Christian, starting at young ages with the coaches we had, you know, it was always preparation for your high school career. You know, they want to work you as hard as they can to make you better for, you know, your first day freshman year. And I know I can say that my coaches growing up did that. And, you know, especially to name one, Coach White, he was a big one for us. I think that's where I got my defense from. You know, I take priority of defense, and I know our team does. And just, you know, when my dad and him and my grandfather were coaching us in 3, 4, and 5, 6, you know, he was like the defensive coach. You know, he'll get right in practice. I remember he had his khakis and a button-up shirt just coming from his school, and he's in his defense slides and stuff. So
Taking charge.
yeah, and so I think just with him and the number of coaches we had along the way, just getting us prepared. And, you know, when we get the moment to step on the court, just give it all we have. And, you know, one thing he said not too long ago is when you come out, feel like you got to puke or something. Because if you don't, then you're not giving it your all. And so just give it your all when you get on the floor. And, you know, if you really need a break, ask for one, but try not to. That's it. Yeah.
What was it like? What was your biggest win this year? I'll start with you, Christian. Revenge over Oceanside?
I mean, those are nice for sure. But I think the senior night Camden game was the best win because we had to push through so much. I mean, I think literally 5 or 6 guys on the team were sick with the flu. And so we had been practicing, and like, I know for me, there was a couple practices where I just couldn't practice. I laid on the sidelines the whole time. And so having to go out there and give it our all, I mean, it was a big night too. You know, you can get distracted easily by the fact that you're a senior, you know, but we had to stay on top of it, and we went out there and played together, and that's why we won that game. So I think that was the best win of the year for us.
How about you, V?
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Camden?
I was one of those kids just like not feeling well, and I saw Christian on the sideline, and I knew in a couple of days or two that would be me.
Yeah.
But definitely we definitely showed just our grit there, and to get that win was very important. And
How about you, Gabe?
I'll probably go with Oceanside. First game, we played them. I think it was game 3 or 2.
2.
2, yeah.
All right, I'll probably say that one just because coming.
One I didn't see. It was the only one I didn't see.
Oh, yeah.
I'd go to my wife's Christmas party then.
Oh, there you go.
know,
That's fun.
I committed.
Yeah. But I'll probably pick that one just because, you know, first game after, you know, they kicked us out of the playoffs last year. A lot of people thinking it would be a good game, and, you know, we kind of just, you know, we went full force that game. Ended up being them pretty good. So Camden is a good one, but just that was like a statement game. It really, yeah.
Well, you'd seen a lot of those guys in football.
Yeah.
So there was a little payback there.
Yeah.
How about you, Rocco? Any particular game that really stuck out for you?
I think the Lincoln game at home was pretty big because my uncle said that they came in and beat them on senior night.
If you watched last night's High School Hoops or last Monday night's High School Hoops, you'll hear that was pretty sweet for them, those seniors.
Yeah.
So that was a big game.
How they were just celebrating when they won, but when they came back, you know, it was kind of important that we kind of kick them out, you know.
Yeah.
Put them on the buses.
Well, you did do that. Well, guys, we're running out of a little bit of time here. I just want to again reiterate how much fun it was for LCTV to follow you guys for the season and for the last 4 or 5 years that we've been doing this. It's been really special. We've had thousands of people turn in and watch Madomic and Lincoln Academy basketball, both boys and girls. And you guys going to be the senior invitational? You all going to show up for that? Anybody know what that is?
No.
No.
Thanks, Mr. Tapatsy. I'll talk to Coach Tapatsy off camera. So, folks, this has been another episode of High School Hoops. My guests today have been the seniors from the Madomic Valley Panthers, Christian Schumann, Rocco Tapatsy, Gabe Lash, and Vishal Mella, co-capped captains and their players. These guys have been together for a long time. It's been a real pleasure to bring you folks to home here. This episode of High School Hoops. Thanks for watching. And next week, go and tune in because we might have some ladies showing up to talk a little basketball. So thanks for watching High School Hoops. We'll see you next time.
At Bath Savings, you know us for our exceptional customer service. And that service extends to our secure, online and mobile banking solutions. So you can feel comfortable accessing and managing your accounts wherever you are. And it's all backed by the same personalized customer service from neighbors right here in your community. To learn more about Bath Savings online and mobile banking solutions, visit bathsavings.com. Bath Savings, your neighbor, your bank.
Hager Enterprises, a paving and excavation contractor specializing in all sorts of site work, utility installations, and road construction since 1987.